Today on the channel, the Dreadnought family grows by one more with Zandar GIJOE Joe Classified series.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another GI Joe Classified series unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we got one of my favorites. We're completing a little bit of Dreadnought family members. We got Zandar, but for all your Zandar needs and a whole lot more, hit up Entertainment Earth. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10% on in-stock items. Anything over $79 does ship free. Got to get a deal out there. However, got this from Amazon first. It's always the roll of the dice, so Amazon came through with Zandar here to go with my Zartan and Zarana. Of course, their parents love names that started with a Z, and I think they had pet zebras, if I'm not mistaken, as well. But of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. Can't wait to get this one here. A favorite of mine back in the day when the Dreadnought started growing a little bit more. Somebody get me Monkey Wrench. He's got to be around the corner as well. Would love to get all the Dreadnoughts eventually, and I think the Dreadnoughts selling pretty well. I wouldn't be shocked to get them all in the classified line eventually. But of course, Zandar, I believe, was he not voiced by Peter Cullen, of course, the voice of Optimus Prime? I always felt like his voice didn't match the performer or the cartoon. Whatever you want to say, it always felt a little weird to me. He had a lot crazier voice than I'd imagine a guy like this having. But maybe that's just me. Your mileage may vary, of course. But there it is, classified style packaging. We know it, we love it. We want some more of it. Maybe. Cobra logo right there. Of course, Dreadnoughts, I guess a sub-team of Cobra. Guns for hire, more like it. Zandar right there. Bring on Zanzibar in his skiff. Where's Zanzibar? Let's get that one too. But looking good there. Always love the little pink dashes there to go with his sister a little bit. Very cool looking. And then a guy with face paint. You know I'm a sucker for a guy with face paint. Looking good on the side. Number 146 for those keeping track at home. We're way up there in that classified series line. Tons of jibber jabber down low. And then there he is hanging out in the Dreadnought's garage. We saw that with what? Ripper and Torch and everybody else. Let's get some of that in the future. Hopefully we do. I'd be here for it. Let's get a Dreadnought motorcycle with Monkey Wrench or somebody. Who knows? See you later. Goodbye. Pull him out. Nothing else going on. Got the Cobra in the background ready to go. Cobra ready to strike. Pow! Right at you. Watch out for that. But there we go. We got old Zandar. Looking only like a Zandar could look in the plastic prison right there. So we got some accessories per the case with the GI Joe Classified series. Pretty meat and potatoes as far as weapons and stuff go. It looks like we got a knife, a backpack. Can I get this knife out? Oh, it's got tape on it. Todd McFarlane from the couch, of course, the resident tape expert here. I'm going to have you come over here and taste this here in a second, see if this is actually Cambodian tape, because I always could tell as sticky as it gets, it could be straight up Cambodian. Those Cambodians, they know something or a thing or two about tape, as we've known over the channel the last couple of years, as we're really diving into the tape and the clip ties aspect of the business. Probably the most riveting part of the business. And Todd, I think you said around the office, more people tune into my reviews for the clip tie talk than the actual figures. And that could be right, because Mark Summers fact-checked that on the couch, if I'm not mistaken. But old Zandar here, see you later, goodbye. You know, we're through the tape, we're through the clip ties. I'm guessing most people are tuning off. So I'll see you guys later. See you next time. Who knows? But let's dive into this one, and I guess let's start off with his accessories. No extra hands, no extra heads here. That's not abnormal for the classified line, as we do know. But we do get his backpack right here. He's ready to go. He's ready to rough it. A nice blue backpack here. Got a little black up here on the side. Is that like, what is that? Sticks of dynamite or something like this? I don't know what this exactly is. They are not removable, but they're in black. Almost looks like sparklers. I think he was bringing it all to the 4th of July party. He was going to hang out, but aren't the Dreadnoughts Australian, or at least Zartan of the boys are Australian, I think. I think they're all Australian, pretty much. Yeah, that's the breeding ground, Australia, the breeding ground for Dreadnoughts, as we know. Shout out to all the Australian viewers out there. But looking good. A backpack there. Now we're getting down to some of the weapons. Got a little pistol. He's got a little pistol, a little sidearm, little side piece here, all in black. Looking pretty nice is what it is. And then he's got his more patented one here. Of course, remember this one back in the day. Got the big scope over the top, all in black. Is it a spear gun? I guess it's a spear gun. You got the spear on the end right there. ready to go, ready to harpoon somebody if you need to. But looking good. Is this the first time we've seen this in the line? I think that might be the case. Then we get a couple of weapons here for the hand-to-hand combat portion of the show. Got a little dagger right here looking good, looking lethal. I can just see him sticking this in the side of somebody or coming out behind, slitting their neck. Who knows what he's up to. And then we got a little kind of a hatchet, little axe type thing here. Silver blade in the black. Looking good. No issues with any of these things right here. But the real winner is, of course, the figure, and we're going to start with the head on this one. Got the face paint going on. That's got to be annoying. But is it? Is it face paint? I don't know. It could be a tattoo on his face. Did he go the Mike Tyson route? That's a bold decision. If you ever get face tattoos, there's no going back. There's no going back from that. So who knows? He could have done that, but I got to say, he looks very happy in life. He's got a nice warm glow to his face. Maybe it's the colors, but he doesn't seem like the baddest of bad guys at all. He seems pretty good here. Maybe he's like his sister Zarana, flirting with old Mainframe. Maybe he's going to flirt with the Joe too. Maybe he's going to try to pick up Lady J. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Tom Farley's around the couch. That would never happen. Flint would take his head off in a second. In a second, of course, as we all know, Flint, the true leader of G.I. Joe. Zandar, of course, spent some time around Duke, and he even went back to Cobra Commander. I can't believe these Joes. What are they doing with this Duke guy leading the field out there? Unbelievable. They're just wasting their time with this guy like Duke. We can get him from here, we can get him from there. And then Cobra's just like, you know, let's just make it hard because it's too unfair the way it is with this Duke leader. And then I believe Zandar even said, this guy Flint, that's the one you got to watch out for. So if Flint takes a day off, that's when we strike. But then problem with Cobra, guess what? No days off for Flint. Flint doesn't take days off. He's a true leader. That's the way he goes. But I digress, right? Yeah, okay. But looking good in the face here. Very pleasant face here. He's got the earrings going on. Oh, man, just bejeweled. I think he went to his local Claire's in an Australian outlet mall and picked up those, maybe. Got the bandana around there like a young Rambo, and then got the long flowing orange hair, which is a look. It is a look, for sure. Got that big handkerchief over the top that can be removable if you want to. Looks really nice there. I do like that handkerchief. That purple extra dash of color always added to it. Got the big shoulder guards up here as well, ready to play football, I guess. But he's got some skulls on the side in gold, looking beautiful. Got the vest over the top. Of course, you can put his little sidearm right in there. On the back, you got storage for his knife, and then you got storage for the other knife. Always nice to be able to store all this stuff on the Joes. No baggies needed. That's a great thing, if you ask me. I believe this is the same body as Zartan. I can always tell by kind of that lower stomach, that lower abdomen part just kind of protrudes a little bit. So we'll compare that later on in this video, of course. But looking good. No shirt over the top, but then underneath, it looks like we do got some paint on there. And I don't know. I think the vest is removable. I don't know. It is removable, but it's not removable. It's one of those kind of things. Yeah, you could take it off, but could you ever get it back on? I'm not exactly sure. You might have to heat it up, but it looks like he's got a little bit of tattoo work. Yeah, he does. He's got some of that face paint carrying down into the chest, so maybe it's not paint. Maybe it is full-on tattoo. You guys sound off on that. Now he's got the belt there with the standard Dreadnought belt. Got some chains going on at that as well. Big old combat boots here. Even got a little knuckle duster that you usually see on your hands. He's got it down here, so he's just going to kick you right in the nuts, and no, you're going to be puking, that's for sure. That's how bad it's going to be. You're throwing it up on the sidewalk. It's going to happen. I've seen it before. We'll see it again if you get kicked with something like this. Little forearm guard over here on the side looking good. Little tattoo on the arm as well, looking very nice. And then you got a full-on glove on the right side and kind of a half glove on the left side, I guess we'll call it. So very fashion-forward character here, of course. Looks like he'd be in a punk band or maybe a metal band. You never know what he might be up to. And as we know, Cold Slither of all that, but he wasn't necessarily a part of that. But of course, articulation, arms all the way around for us. A little bit of butterfly there. You do get a bicep cut, double-jointed, pinless elbows, playing the hits right here at the table. Hand back and forth, side to side. Head back and forth, side to side. You get that nice ab crunch in there. Waist articulation. Big old Zandar splits right there, of course. Pummel horse expert, if I'm not mistaken, on the Australian Olympic team. Somebody fact check it once again. Thigh cut, double jointed, pinless knees. Oh, very tight as usual, but looking good. I got the boot cut, ankles back forth, side to side, up and down. Drop down hips, almost forgot that. Always got to mention those. But he should fit on a ringside collectible Mattel stand. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%. And he does. So very, very cool to see Zandar in action here, part of the classified lineup. Probably at the top list at this point for a lot of Dreadnoughts. Obviously the Thunder Machine, Thrasher, Zanzibar and his skiff. I talked about that. For me, probably Monkey Wrench I'd love to see. But there's still some meat on the old Dreadnought bone, and I do think we will get those in the future, so we'll stay tuned to that. But speaking of Dreadnoughts, got his sister here rocking the same kind of hair color, really, for the most part. And then, of course, we got Zartan here. And like I said, I think a lot of reuse between these two. Yeah, really does look to be a lot of reuse, which makes sense. Of course, there is some different tweaks and stuff, but obviously you got to do get the most out of your molds. We say it all the time, and the classified line is no different here. But man, oh man, finally glad to have Zandar, almost said Zanzibar, Zandar here in the collection as we keep to work out to get all of our favorite Dreadnoks in the collection. So hopefully sooner rather than later. Wouldn't be shocked to see some more later this year. San Diego Comic-Con, all that kind of stuff. So stay tuned, as they do say. But there it is. There's old Zandar. What's your guys' thoughts? Pick up, pass, long game, no game? I'm not so sure what I'm doing with my life game. I don't collect Dreadnoks game. Could be any of those games. Choose your own game adventure, but let me know in the comments down below. Of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the old notification bells. We got videos every single day. And then some. And of course, we've got 2 YouTube channels going strong right now. Also, the Patreon for early access and your best way to support the channel. Check me out on TikTok. Is that a thing still, Mark? Todd? I heard it's being shut down. I don't pay close attention, so I don't know. We'll see what happens there, but maybe you won't find me over there. You could, but maybe you won't. Who knows? But you can find me at SirPaul64 on the X, the _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, and on Instagram. So for a little Dreadnok action, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.